Hi, this is Gary from Audio Emotion with the latest video review. We've been really excited about getting this particular amplifier into the shop. It's the latest integrated from Eastern Electric and titled the M88. Brief spec, it's 40 watts per channel into 8 ohms, has the 4, 8 and 16 taps on the rear, and it's a 23 kilogram beast, so make sure your rack is substantial enough for it. It is quite weighty, but typical Eastern Electric build. If we move forward and look at the front panel, take you through this. Standard off and on power button, nice dimly sapphire blue LEDs there. Love the styling on the Eastern Electrics. Very retro, but anybody who's had Eastern Electric equipment in the past will know that the build is sensational. Looking at the phase in, phase out, love the option that Eastern Electric have. Their DAC has the same option to invert the phase of the music. I find that really interesting. When I do that, you'll be surprised how many recordings are actually out of phase. Volume knob, and should point out that when you do power the unit up, it does go through a sort of 20 to 25 second self-test and warm up before you'll be able to use it. Toggle switch between using it as an integrated or using it as a power amplifier. I'll go into that, more into that in a second. And then your selector switch. You've got 3 line level inputs, and interestingly for a valve, full valve integrated, you have a balanced input as well. If I go over to the back here, you'll see, as the name probably suggested, being an M88, it's using 4 KT88 valves, obviously outputting 40 watts per channel. You've got being backed up by rows of 12 AU and AX7s as well. But again, typical brilliant design. If you look at the rear here, you've got a bias gauge and 4 potentiometers surrounding it, which allows the biasing of the KT88s. And nice and simply, you flick to valve 1, valve 2, valve 3 and valve 4, and as long as the needle pops into that bolded zone on the bias gauge, then you know that everything's finely balanced. Flick back to play, and you see the needle drops to 0, which is in play mode again. So again, great design, and gone are the days of fishing your flat blade screwdriver out your toolbox and pushing it into the dangerous recesses of your chassis. So great design there. Looking at the back, you can see the taps on the rear, obviously I say 4, 8 and 16, and then further round to the right you've got 3 line level inputs. You've got a pre-amplifier input, as I mentioned. On the front panel you have a selector to switch between integrated and pre, so you can use it as a power amp. Nice addition, that. And then the fantastic balanced input. This has proven to be one of the, I think, really interesting things about this amp. Up till now, Eastern Electric haven't had any equipment that have allowed balanced. Should point out, as I say, it is a fully balanced input, not a pseudo-balanced. So we're looking at the Eastern Electric M88 here. It has a retail price in the UK of £2195, and certainly, having listened to this now for the last 2 or 3 weeks that we've had these in, we have just been blown away by them. They are absolutely superb. Shipped out quite a few to a number of customers in the UK now, and again, they're all coming back with superlative after superlative. So I think this is a particular amp that's going to ruffle feathers, I think, in the marketplace, given its price point. Comes with a remote control as well, so those of us that like lying on our couch and flicking up and down the volume, that's catered for. And you get a 5-year warranty with the M88, which I think is one of the longest in the business at the moment. But that's how robustly built and reliable these actually are. If we are considering the positioning of this amp in the marketplace, I think the things that set it apart are certainly its price to performance ratio. It's punching way above its weight. The fact that you have now a punchy, beautifully balanced valve amp offering arguably some of the main benefits of solid state with the the woven textures that Valve brings, and its price. 2195 for this, I think, is just sensational value for money. We've tried it with a number of different speakers. You'll see there it's partnered with actually some Klipsch stand mounts, which are the WB14s. They're about £500. You'll see next door the rather larger Klipsch RF7 Mark IIs, which are about £3,000. Again, both these speakers are quite sensitive, but I hasten to point out we've tried the Eastern Electric with a whole host of different speakers. ATCs, which are fairly low sensitivity, the quad ESL electrostatic panels. We've had hybrid speakers with traditional driver and ribbon, and I have to say it really does seem to know how to eke the very, very best out of the speakers that it is connected to. And when an amp does that, you know you've got something a bit special, and that's how we're very much looking at the new Eastern Electric M88. We've got them in stock now. We've got our new shipments in just literally a couple of days ago. So if you want to discuss the amp in greater detail, give me a little call at the shop. The shop number is 01333 425 999, and I'll be happy to have a chat with you about this lovely amp. Well, I will leave you with some Eric Bibb. We've got the album Painting Signs playing just now, which is one of my favourites currently. I just crank up the volume a bit and enjoy.
Tugboats on the river, rivers roll on. I'm just walking home. I'm just walking